Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And man, a lot of WWE success, man. They said that, let's see here, let's look at the articles. Let's see, let's start here. Now, where the hell was that article? Where was it? Oh boy. Did we lose? Let me see. Where the fuck is that article? Um. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm not gonna go in pendejo mode right away, am I? Where is that damn article? Jesus Christ. Wow. 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 Where is that article? Don't tell me like what is going on. So I guess I don't think this is what I was looking for, but it's the most closest thing I can find to it. According WWE's revenue has been doing fantastic. Of course, everybody knew it was going to do this. It's been breaking a lot of records the last few months, especially ever since Triple H supposedly took over creative. Although there's a story on that today, which that was going to be my other leadoff story. It should have been that, maybe. But anyways, they're saying the sponsorship revenue for WrestleMania has doubled to more than $20 million. Marketing for any WWE, it breaks the record for any marketing WWE event. So they have made over more than $20 million. Last time I think that an article came out yesterday about they sold at least 62 tickets for both nights. So that's about I believe 120,000 tickets. I don't know if they sold it out. I'm kind of guess they sold out. They were about 8,000 to. I believe the capacity they're doing is the max capacity. I believe is 70,000. So they were less than 10,000 away at 62,000 from selling both nights. So I'm pretty sure they're going to sell it out. They actually did, I believe, add additional seats. I know that was announced on Friday Night SmackDown. Michael Cole said, "Hey, additional seats have been added, so go check tickets again." So I don't know if it's going to be. It's supposedly the max was going to be 70,000. Maybe they added. Maybe they're going to go to 75,000. I don't know. I think that the max that stadium can do is 100,000, but I don't think they're going to be able to because of the whole big stage they're doing. They're probably not going to get. They're not. I don't think they're going to get 100,000 people in there, but maybe somewhere from 75,000 people. We'll see what they do, but doing great, man. Like I said, over $20 million made, and it might go even higher by Sunday, Monday. When in the days after WrestleMania, the final numbers will probably come out. But as of right now, here on a Wednesday, about 4 days away from 4 days away from WrestleMania, they have made over $20 million. So doing pretty damn good, man. As a WWE man, pat yourself on the ass. Anyways, that's freaking. They've announced. Let's see here. So they're gonna tomorrow or maybe Friday. They're gonna announce the matches for Saturday and Sunday. So we'll know who's gonna. Obviously, the main. No, I don't even think they've only announced the first match on Saturday. It's gonna be John Cena versus Austin Theory, and then the main event is gonna be on Sunday Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. They have not announced the first match on Sunday or the main event for Saturday. I believe they did say Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins will be on Saturday as well. So those are the only three matches we know that is Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, John Cena, Austin Theory on Saturday, and then Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes main eventing Sunday. But supposedly they're saying maybe either tomorrow or Friday they will announce the entire matches so we can know who's going to wrestle on on Saturday and who's going to wrestle on Sunday. Let's see here. WWE adds the final inductee to the Hall of Fame. It will be referee Tim White, who passed away a few months ago. He will be the Warrior Award recipient. So congratulations to Tim White. So I think that makes it official. I believe 5 members will be inducted into the 2023 Hall of Fame class. Okay, congratulations. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're done here. Let's go. Let's move on. So Jim Ross says, of course, the whole question is gonna center around. He's talking about CM Punk, the whole CM Punk situation. Of course, the whole question is gonna center around, will CM Punk ever be back? I'm one of those guys that believe he will be back. We'll see. I think AEW needs CM Punk because of his star power. Yeah, Jim Ross is probably one of the guys that's gonna be positive about him. Supposedly, when Jim Ross got sick, CM Punk was one of the guys that always called him almost every day to see how he was doing. So they have a really good friendship. So I'm not surprised at all that I think Jim Ross and FTR are probably the guys that are mostly defending him here. Those seem to be the 3 guys he had the best relationship with in AEW. So I'm not surprised at all that Jim Ross is defending him. But also, I think Jim Ross does realize, I think what a lot of us have realized, that they've lost about almost 200,000 viewers, it seems like, weekly since CM Punk left. They were starting to average 1 million at like around, what was it, 2021, 2022. They were starting to average around about 1 million views on Dynamite. And now it's gotten down to like 900,000, 800,000. I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do that. A lot of them were just watching for CM Punk, and now that he's not appearing, they're no longer watching. So I think that's what he means by the star power. He probably realizes that too, that it was a lot easier for them to hit 1 million views when CM Punk was there than it's now that he's not there. But again, they seem to have a good friendship, so I'm not surprised that Jim Ross is defending CM Punk. Let's see here. Nick Khan was on the Colin Cowherd show today. And so he interviewed him and he asked him a bunch of questions. Basically, this is some of the stuff they talked about. He talked about I guess if there's any problems like fighting and stance and stuff like that. And he said 40% of our audience are women. 50% of our men audience seem to bring kids to the events. There hasn't been a fight in our stands, not jinxing it, in 15 years. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm sure there's been stuff. It's just that it's not too big where they find out. But I'm sure there's been some type of fights. No way there hasn't been any type of fight between the fans and the stands in a WWE show for 15 years. I don't think so, but whatever. And then he's talking about who's his rival. I don't know that we have one rival. There's 2 answers in my mind to that question. Either we don't have one or everyone is our rival. Yeah, I think they even look at the NFL, Monday Night Football, as a rival, even though they smash them and they know they have no chance for them. I think they still look at them as a rival. So they look at a bunch of stuff as a rival, not just AEW. And then here's talking about how much planning goes into WrestleMania. Months in advance. If you said now, where is WWE creative team with their process? They are months ahead of WrestleMania. Yeah, I mean, I remember, what was it, back in November, December, they announced it's going to be the plan is Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble. Then Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn in the Elimination Chamber. Then Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. And then we're going to have Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Usos. I remember that came out like November, December. I remember that coming out. And I'm like, really? and it ended up happening. So I think he's telling the truth there. Let's see here. Rey Mysterio about retiring says Hall of Famers are supposed to happen when you retire, when you're getting close to retirement. I don't feel neither of them are close for me, but it's huge blessing. I think I do have a number, and I want to keep it at that. And my number is 50. So he's saying when he turns 50 years old, he will retire. I remember there was a report that he had told Triple H months ago that he wanted to retire at WrestleMania 39. But then supposedly he got rejuvenized, refreshed up, remotivated with the storyline with his son Dominic. So now he's saying until 50. I'm not sure how old he is. I'm going to say somewhere in his 40s. So it's probably coming up. So 50, okay. So Rey Mysterio confirms he will not be retiring at WrestleMania. Ric Flair posted about the 10-year anniversary of his kid passing away. Rest in peace to Ric Flair's son. He passed away 10 years ago, man. Rest in peace. Kurt Angle, they asked him, who do you think is going to win the match between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns? He says Cody Rhodes. He says, yes, I have no doubt in my mind that Cody Rhodes' winning is going to happen at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns has been over champion for 2 years, and Cody Rhodes is really hot right now. Now they needed somebody to kind of ignite the company. So he thinks, although, I mean, you could argue, I mean, I felt like Drew McIntyre should have won it that last year in September at Clash of the Castle. But this is probably the most sense it's made since probably that match between him and Drew McIntyre last year at Clash of the Castle for somebody to win it. I mean, there's a great chance he wins it. I do believe if for some reason he does not win it, he will win it eventually this year. I do believe it's a matter of when, not a matter of if he's going to win the championship. I think there's a possibility, like I said, because of the whole 1,000 days, they push it back, maybe to King of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. I don't know. But also, I mean, I'm pretty sure Cody wants that WrestleMania moment. I mean, that's what they did for Big E, Kofi Kingston, Bryan Danielson. So I think the most fair for him is to do the whole Cody Rhodes, the whole WrestleMania thing, have him have that great WrestleMania moment. They even did it to, Drew McIntyre, right? It just so happened to be that year there was no fans in the stadiums. But WWE is known for, especially the first time somebody's going to win the WWE Championship, they tend to do it at WrestleMania, give them that WrestleMania moment. It's like winning the Super Bowl, right? Makes it so much special that you not only do you win your first ever world champion, but you win it at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. So history says that WWE does have, give these moments for your first title win at WrestleMania. Edge talking about having a feud in the future with Montez Ford. I'd love to get in there with a guy like Montez Ford because I really feel like his upside isn't. He's going to be a champ someday. I truly believe that. That would be a great feud, man. Montez Ford and Edge, man. Vicky Guerrero talking about leaving AEW. AEW's been good with me. I love my time there. I was there for 3 years. I just want more in life. My character wasn't progressing for the 3 years and opportunities weren't a given. She says, I love AEW, but then she kind of takes a little shot at them by saying that my character wasn't progressing and there were no opportunities. That was kind of funny. Anyways, we'll see what happens with Vicky because she possibly go to WWE. We'll see. Logan Paul said on his podcast that this is going to be the final match of his current WWE contract. He said, my WWE contract ends this WrestleMania. My rookie year is about to be a good rookie year. So we'll see what happens with Logan Paul. Remember, there's rumors he's going to potentially wrestle John Cena at SummerSlam. So we'll see. I would think they would re-sign him. But I know he also said he wants to get back into boxing. So I don't know. I say he resigns. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. Kenny Omega talking about the El Hijo de Vikingo match, how people criticized that there wasn't a storyline behind it. He says, title, a dream match, and rightfully so. It showed the greatness of pro wrestling. Doesn't need a long-term, in-depth story for the match to be great or true, or a true dream match. And yeah, that match was great, man. That match was great, man. And I think that's what we're gonna see a lot this WrestleMania. You're gonna see a lot of great matches that lack the storyline, right? I feel like Bianca Belair Asuka is gonna be a great match. It lacks storyline. Potentially, if Trish and Lita are in good shape, I think that could be a great match with Damage Control. Charlotte Rhea Ripley could be a great match. I think you're going to see a lot of great matches this WrestleMania that lack the storyline. So yeah, man. Let's see here. Let's move on. Monday Night Raw ranked 1.8 million. That was the rating for this past week. So still kind of disappointed they couldn't get back to 2 million for this whole WrestleMania buildup. But hey, they did go up. They usually average 1.7. They got 1.8 this week. So, I mean, just shy of 2 million for Monday Night Raw. Let's see here. Let's go to this article over here. So the official WrestleMania Hall of Fame inductee class of 2023: The Great Muta, Rey Mysterio, Stacy Kleeper, Andy Kaufman, and Tim White. So I believe overall that is 5 members. So that's not a big list. So congratulations to all the Hall of Famers this year, man. Congratulations to all the Hall of Famers. So WWE has had over 7 billion digital and social media views in just January and February. That is 15% up from the same time frame last year. Obviously, what carried this was probably the whole Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn thing. Obviously, in January, that was when Sami Zayn hit him with the chair, and the Bloodline officially turned on Sami Zayn. And then obviously Elimination Chamber in February. So obviously, yeah, that got carried by the Bloodline stuff. It's gonna be very interesting what happens when this Bloodline storyline ends, or at least they take a break from it, which I think that will happen after WrestleMania. Maybe they get back to it maybe around July when Roman comes back. Maybe he has that match with Jey Uso. But I do think it's gonna be interesting to see what happens like in April, May, June, if Roman is not there. Because I think that this is a chance for WWE to kind of press the reset button and focus on some other characters, some other storylines. I feel like the last 2 years it's been all about the Bloodline, and then maybe the Dominic Rey Mysterio, right? They're really, those are like the 2 things they've really been focused on. Obviously, you see with the whole Thanksgiving thing, the whole Christmas thing, Valentine's. So those are the 2 storylines I felt they've really focused on the last year or so. The Bloodline storyline and the Dominic Rey Mysterio storyline. I think possibly the Rey Mysterio Dominic could end this weekend. The Bloodline at least take a break from it. Let's see how, I don't know, obviously they still might do stuff because of the Usos and Solo Sikoa. They're still going to probably be there. We'll see we'll see what happens, but I do believe they can take this after WrestleMania, push the reset button and focus on other things, try to get more stars over, focus on other storylines for other wrestlers. But we'll see what happens. But great number, 7 billion for January and February. And then here's Nick Khan actually talking about Roman Reigns possibly going for Hollywood. We think there's a path for him there. We think there's an opportunity there. there's a lot of conversations going on. We fully support that. Yeah, and they've been talking about that for a while now. Ever since he signed that part-time contract, that was the idea for him to eventually go to Hollywood. I just wonder, like, again, remember he has 5 kids. So that's probably what's holding him back, I think. The whole 5 kids thing. So I don't think he only made that movie Hodge, right? With The Rock. He hasn't made any other movie. I don't think I think he's been in like he's done like appearances in like in shows, right? But I don't think he's done another movie outside of Hodge. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's see here. The stage is coming up. They're getting the stage minutes almost done for WrestleMania. I think we're done. No, we have one more article. All right, one more, and then one more article, and then we're done. So the WWE sale, man, they said they're going to start having more advanced talks in April after WrestleMania. Perhaps finally starting to have bidders. Although we don't know who exactly is interested in the company. Supposedly the only 2 people that were interested were the Saudi Arabia and then Tony Khan and his father Chad Khan. They're apparently to be the only 2 people that have shown really legit interest. Everybody thought that Comcast was going to show a lot of interest because they do have they own both the Peacock where WWE shows their pay-per-views, and they own the USA Network where obviously Monday Night Raw is on every Monday. But apparently they don't want anything to do with Vince McMahon unless Vince McMahon would be out of the company. They're not interested in buying it. And then a lot of people are wondering, is Vince McMahon truly interested in selling the company, or was just the excuse to get himself back in the company? And then apparently he's asking price is like $10 billion, which is a lot. You know, a lot of people are saying that he's slowly starting to get more involved with creative. That supposedly somebody went as far as saying like they've seen in the backstage an office say Vince McMahon. Although I don't believe he's been there outside of that John Cena Monday Night Raw show. But they have said that they've seen a few times an office with the Vince McMahon name on it on the door. They said that they're seeing a lot more promos get rewritten like hours before the show, where they said the last few months with Triple H, everything was done like 3 hours in advance, and now they're saying that at the end they're like, no, we got to rewrite the promo, or they're saying they're seeing a highlighter, which is something Vince McMahon would do. Because a lot of times you get a promo and they don't say everything on the promo; they only say some stuff, and Vince McMahon would highlight it to like, I really need you to say this line. And that had stopped with Triple H, and now they're saying the last few months has been back when the wrestlers are receiving their promos. They're getting stuff highlighted to like, you really need to say this. So my belief is Vince McMahon, I do believe I don't think he's in the arena. I just don't think there's no way he could be in the arena, nobody noticing, outside of that show with John Cena, with the whole mustache thing. I just think, I don't know, I think that might be just the whole office thing. That might just exaggeration. I don't think that's true. But I do think he could, like I said, he sees Triple H during the week, you know, on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, up in the headquarters in Connecticut. They probably meet up. They talk about everything. They probably talk about Monday Night Raw, what happened on Raw, what happened on SmackDown, and then they probably plan the next shows. And he probably, they probably maybe even write the promos there, or he tells them, make sure you highlight this. It's very common. He doesn't have to be there to control stuff, especially when he has to access to literally meeting with Triple H and the headquarters in the middle of the week. He could meet up on Tuesdays and Wednesday and plan SmackDown, and then on or Thursday. But I mean, who knows, man? Obviously, the whole thing about a few weeks, was it last week's Raw, I believe? Somebody did a backstage segment before the show started, and he said the word wrestler, and they had him redo the promo without saying the word wrestler. So a lot of things like that, people are starting to think that Vince McMahon could be back. So who knows? John Moxley, more about his interview with Renee Paquette. He said he's also frustrated due to the fact that he wasn't able to appear on that indie show because Tony Khan told him he had to do the house show on Saturday. He said that's the second time I cancel on them. I had to do it in last year when I had to enter rehab, and now I had to do it again because Tony Khan wanted me to do the house show. He said that really frustrates me because I want to be more of a professional, and that's the second time on them I don't show up. So he said that's something I need to do. I need to figure out a way to attend that show because that's 2 times now I haven't been able to, due to either having to enter rehab or this time Tony Khan wanted me to do the house show for AEW. So he said he was also frustrated on that, not being able to do that show, and he said he looks forward to doing that show eventually. They had sent Eddie Kingston to replace him, but Eddie Kingston got the virus, COVID, and he wasn't able COVID-19, and he wasn't able to do the show either. So I believe the Bastard Pack was the other person that was sent. So very frustrating situation must have been that, oh, you don't get John Moxley, you get Eddie Kingston. Nope, no, you're going to get the Bastard Pack because now Eddie Kingston got sick. Must have been a very frustrating situation for that company, going from John Moxley to Eddie Kingston to the Bastard Pack. Not that, no disrespect. I just feel like the promoting, you're promoting one thing, then you're promoting another thing, then you're promoting the Bastard Pack. Like, people probably bought tickets for John Moxley, then it's possible ticket bought for Eddie Kingston, and they didn't get neither of them. Matt Jackson from the Young Bucks is hurt. He appears to have a shoulder injury. He suffered in that triple threat trios match from a few weeks ago when it was the Elite versus the Jericho Appreciation Society versus the Blackpool Indian Comeback Club. Apparently, he broke his shoulder. He needs to have surgery. So that is that going to mess up the storyline now with the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Adam Hangman Page and the Black Wing Comeback Club? Supposedly that's what happened. Is that what they're going to do now? Maybe the whole the reason they got attacked, that he suffered maybe that's what they're going to do. That's why they had the Black Wing Club attack him on at the start of Dynamite. Maybe they're going to say in that attack, Matt Jackson suffered a broken shoulder. Maybe that's how they're going to do it, because they've known this for a few weeks that he has a broken shoulder. So maybe that's what they're going to do today on Dynamite. They're going to say, hey, in that ambush of attack by the Black Wing Club, Matt Jackson suffered a shoulder injury. All right, so we'll see how they go from there. And maybe that's why they didn't show the attack, because obviously he couldn't even do it because he has a broken shoulder. He couldn't even participate in it in the scene. So it makes sense putting 2 and 2 together. They're saying Brock Lesnar. Obviously he was a little bit maybe frustrated with Triple H. He didn't want to do the whole Bray Wyatt storyline, and instead Vince told him to do Almas, and he said, "Okay, I'll do Almas." So other people are saying, did he just choose Vince McMahon's idea over Triple H, or is he just doing this because he didn't want to work with Bray Wyatt because he didn't like the whole creepy stuff with Bray Wyatt with Uncle Howdy and all that stuff. So a lot of people are saying, was this all Bray not wanting to work with Bray Wyatt, or was this preferring Vince McMahon's ideas over Triple H because he likes Vince McMahon more? Who knows? But a lot of people are starting to wonder. A lot of supposedly Ronda Rousey and a bunch of the women are not happy with Triple H, with the women's storylines in up to WrestleMania. And now this comes out about Brock Lesnar maybe just choosing Almas over Bray Wyatt to just prefer because he likes Vince McMahon more. Who knows? Let's see. Like I said, Logan Paul's contract is coming to an end. We'll see if he resigns or not, but it could be. I don't think so, but it could be possible. This could be his last match versus Seth Rollins. But I think he's coming back. All right, I think we're done. I think we are done. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, I'm out like a light. Holla. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good night. Holla, 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 holla.